Well, howdy there, Internet students. It's Mr. Hermanson again. So we're going to spend a little more time on standard form today. We've gone over the first couple pages in the last video. So I'm going to start right here at the top of page, I think it's 18, yeah. We're going to tell whether each equation is in slope-intercept form, point-slope form, or standard form. Okay, so let's just put a little notation what those are. Slope-intercept form is this one, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Point-slope form, that's the really long one. That's the one that looks like this. Y minus y sub 1 equals the slope times x minus x sub 1. It's got parentheses in it. And then standard form is the latest one, the one we're going to be working on today. That's the ax plus by equals c. Now in resources I have a formula sheet that is for 8th graders. It's the formula sheet you'll be able to use on MCA tests. I believe it has all of these forms in there, so you might want to print that out and have it nearby when you're working on stuff. But obviously this first equation, because it's big and it's got parentheses and all that, is point-slope form. The point used for this one is x is 2 because you have minus 2 next to the x, and y is negative 5 because you have plus 5, which is the same as subtracting a negative. Okay, and then the slope, there's a hidden 1 there in front of the parentheses. It's actually negative 1 times the quantity, x minus 2. This one's in slope-intercept form because you have, just like this, something times x plus something. Okay? This one's obviously in point-slope form. It's the big one. The point being used there is 110. And the slope in that one is negative 2. In standard form, it's hard to tell what the slope and the y-intercept is. You would probably want to change it, and we'll do a little bit of that today. But you can tell this is standard form because both the x and the y are on the left side of the equation, and it equals some constant. So that's standard form. All right, I'm going to go to the page 19 here, and I'm going to go down to number 25 and just help you with that one. When it's y equals some constant, like y equals 5, that will be a horizontal line at 5 on the y-axis. When it's like x equals some number, like negative 2, whatever, that will be a vertical line. Doesn't look real vertical, but imagine it is, at x equals negative 2. So when you do these problems, think about that. Some notes to help you. Down here, I'm going to help you do one of these, and then you can try and do the other one. I'll give you some hints on that. But you want, it says put it in standard form, so it's good that we just went over that. And now we know that this is standard form where x and y are both on one side. Okay, so, and it says use integers, which means you can't have any fractions. So first thing I want to do is get rid of that fraction there. The way I'm going to get rid of that fraction, since that is being divided by 3, I'm just going to multiply everything by 3. So multiply everything in the equation by 3, and basically I'm multiplying both sides by 3. But that gives me 3y. Negative 2/3 times 3 equals negative 2. And 1 times 3 is 1. Actually, negative 1 times 3 is, oops, said that wrong, negative 3. I'm sure you would have caught that. Okay, now I just need to get this x out of this side and over by the y to be like this, where the x and y are in the same. The way I get rid of it from one side is by adding, because you want to make it 0. So add 2x over here. Now you could either write 3y plus 2x over here or 2x plus 3y. I don't really care. Either way is good. And then the only thing left on this side, remember that if it's a minus, it's a negative. So that's standard form. Now when you do this, I have a suggestion. Get rid of the parentheses first, maybe. Either that or just multiply everything by 3, but when you multiply this side by 3 over here, that'll be taken care of by just multiplying 2/3 times 3. So either way works. All right. All right. I'm going to just do one of these problems with you so that you can see how you write equations in standard form. So it says in a video game you get 5 points for each joule you find. You get 2 points for each star you find. Write and graph an equation that represents. This is like perfect for standard form. Again, this is standard form. Because you have 2 different ways of getting points and you have a total. Whenever that happens, you probably want to use standard form. Okay, we're going to let x be the number of joules you find, and we're going to let y be the number of stars you find. So since you get 5 points for every joule you find, we're going to do 5 times x for that part, and 2 points for every star you find. Since y represents how many stars we find, I'm going to do 2 times y for that part. And it says you get 250 points total from doing this. And it says, what are 3 combinations? The 2 of those 3 combinations I suggest you find are the easy ones. At least I think they're easy. What if you don't get any joules? You find all stars. How many are there? To figure that out, you get 2 points for each star. You ignore this because that's 0. So you just do 250 divided by 2, which is 125. That's one combination. Another easy combination is imagining you don't get any stars. How many joules would you need to find to get your 250 points? And then again, to figure that out, you ignore this part of the equation and just figure out 5 times what number equals 250. I'll let you finish that. And then just imagine, maybe guess and check some other possibility. But once you have these 2, your possibilities can be found on the graph too. All right? I'll let you go from there. I think that's enough for today. You can finish those up. If you watch this video, some of those answers are you can use right on your homework today. So good luck with that. Message me if you have any questions.